drivers have to actively make it harder for non-tippers to get their orders. It's like, I know it might sound crazy, but it's imperative that as Doordash, Uber Eats, GrubHub, whatever app we're on, if orders have no tip or small tips, it is imperative that the drivers make it harder for them to get their orders, because it's going to make things better for us, because things are real bad in the food delivery game right now. I mean, like they put out this tier program in DoorDash, to where if you're not silver, gold, or platinum, you pretty much are not getting anything. And even if you're platinum, they still give you terrible orders, where it still drives your percentages down. And the way you make it harder is by declining those orders. And in another way, because me myself, I like to accept small orders that probably don't have tips or small tips. If I'm not busy, if I'm sitting around in a parking lot somewhere, if it's not busy and a $3 order for 1.5 miles come through, since I gotta go a while up the street to get to the store, then it'll probably cut the distance after I pick up the order to around 1 mile. So I'll, for busy work, to keep my algos going, I'll do orders like that. But even when I accept those orders, if the customer starts texting me saying, can you get me some ketchup? Can you get me some ranch sauce? Can you get me some barbecue sauce? Can you make sure there's a straw in my bag? Can you make sure this? And if they start calling you about stuff and being extra and telling you how, there's a trick that the GPS doesn't bring you to the right spot, so I need you to turn right here and turn right. All this extra stuff on an order that has no tip on the order. You see what I'm saying? Like, I teach those customers a lesson. I text them and I say, I actually did this multiple times. I text them. You have to teach them a lesson. I say, you really didn't put much of a tip on this order, and you're asking for me to do extras. And so, you know what I'm saying? Like, it really doesn't add up. I'll take something like that, and most times they'll say, they'll play it off like, I didn't know, I didn't realize I didn't tip, because they know they're wrong. They're like, you want me to jump through fiery hoops, and then you didn't put a tip on the order. And I had a guy yesterday, he did that. Like the order didn't have much of a tip. It didn't go, and it wasn't a real far distance. So I accept the order, and he started calling me saying he wanted this and he wanted that, and he wanted to make sure I do this and make sure I do that. And I told him, I was like, man, you really didn't put much of a tip on the order. For orders, it's true. I order DoorDash and Uber Eats too, and I put a little extra on it. I make sure my orders, when I order food, I make sure that they get $1 per mile coming to my spot and coming back to their zone. So if it's 2.5 miles to get to my house, on the order to get to my house, I make sure that they get $5. So they get paid for they get paid $1 per mile coming to me and going back. See what I'm saying? And I told the guy, like, your order isn't, isn't lucrative enough. And I explained to him like, hey, I usually order DoorDash. That's what I told him. I teach these non-tippers a lesson. I told him, I was like, your order, orders like yours, I usually pay this or I pay that, because I order DoorDash too. I usually pay this and I usually pay that. Like, I mean, and I explained to him, because it was a DoorDash order, I was like, we only get paid $2 base pay. So this order is only going to be XYZ ABC for me. And, I forgot exactly what he said. He had some excuse. And, he said, I usually tip afterwards. And I told him, I was like, as drivers, we can't depend on that. We have to get upfront money as drivers, because there's gas, there's car maintenance. If we depended on that, then the customers aren't coming through with the tips after the fact, then we're losing money. And I explained that to him. So he got a history lesson. And then, his order was taking a long time anyway, so I eventually just unassigned it, worry-free, because his order was taking long at the store anyway. And he got a lesson. Like, the drivers have to make it normalize giving that lesson to non-tippers. But y'all like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. This is my ride share channel, and I'm making this video and I haven't even named the channel yet. So y'all like, comment, and subscribe.